Kyle spoke about you working on a lot of the offseason.
Yeah.
How have you seen your hang time improve so far this season?
I think it's improved a lot. It just comes down to maybe raising the drop up a little bit more and just exploding through the ball a little bit more. So it's a super easy fix, not something that I've ever been too worried about. So, yeah.
Fourth down was something that drove your head coach crazy last year. It clearly stressed him out. I mean, to be able to come in and start off the season by earning a scholarship and you come in and been a high performer, I mean, how good does that feel to know that, you know, you earned your opportunity and you're making the most of it?
I mean, it feels great personally. I mean, when you look at last year, it was kind of a stressful situation when it hit fourth down, and now more than ever, I hope that coaches can just relax when they see me go out there, and I feel more comfortable than ever back there. I mean, with the Gunners, DC, everyone who's blocking for me, it's just a super smooth operation, so I wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for them.
When you get to a game like you guys had against West Virginia, where it's a defensive struggle, low scoring, your eyes get kind of wide, do you feel like, oh, I can really make an impact on this game now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, games like that might be won or lost on special teams. So I feel like I really had to lock in a little bit and really focus up, and I think I did my job, and that's all that you really can do in a game like that.
You practice all through August, of course, but once you actually get into the games and you guys are did it take a little bit of time just to kind of get comfortable out there, or do you feel like you just hit the ground rolling? I mean, with the whole operation, I mean, all parts of it.
I feel like they do such a good job during camp and stuff with getting me prepared for that situation that once I hit the game, it just kind of felt pretty natural, especially with last year, just having those couple games like already behind me. It wasn't too hard to hit the ground running, like you said. It was pretty easy. So,
what did your grandfather teach you about being a college football player at this level?
I mean, he taught me everything, just like mostly mindset stuff and just knowing that you got to work for everything, and it's always going to be an uphill battle. It's a competition every day, no matter what position you are. So he just kind of taught me that, yeah.
What about, did he teach you anything about punting? I know he coached special teams here for a while.
I mean, as much as he can. I mean, when you get to this point, you kind of know your form. You kind of know everything that if I have a bad punt, I kind of know what I did wrong. But I mean, he taught me what he could, what he knew. He taught me, so it's nice.
Safe to assume you grew up a Pitt fan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you might be too young to remember him playing, but Larry is one of the guys Larry Fitzgerald is one of the guys getting enshrined in the Athletics Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of watching him, or even just growing up and watching highlights after his time at Pitt was done?
A little bit. I would go to every Pitt game, but I wouldn't say I was a huge football fan. I always played soccer when I was little, so it wasn't like it kind of took me a while to get into football. But yeah, I remember just coming to games, and then the best part for me was just going down on the field afterwards, hanging out with him getting me a Powerade from the locker room, and just hanging out, saying hi to some players. So it wasn't like I was a huge football fan when I was little, but yeah.
How did you gravitate toward football from soccer?
It was really just junior year of high school. I was just out there after soccer practice one day, and the football team just had a bunch of, like, it looked like linebackers and wide receivers just punting and kicking, and I was like, I think I could do a pretty good job with that. So I went over to the coach, never talked to him. I was like, hey, can I try this? I just set the ball up wherever. It turned out being like a 55-yard field goal. Put it right down the middle, and he was like, hey, you want to play for us? And I was like, sure. And that's how it started. Just kind of hopped right into it.
So you did two sports?
Yeah. So I played soccer. I still played soccer even all throughout high school, but junior year I started doing both. So
how was that schedule-wise?
It wasn't too bad. Go to school, after school, have soccer practice, stay after for a couple minutes, hit a couple punts, a couple field goals, and then be done. So yeah.
When did you get a coach and start really, taking it seriously as far as the kicking?
I wouldn't say I really got a coach. I'm kind of self-taught a little bit. I kind of went to some of those Colts kicking camps and just kind of did my own thing. It wasn't like anybody was really instructing me on form and stuff. It was kind of just self-taught. And then once I got here, I had some of the other kickers like Kirk. He was able to help me out with form stuff, so that was nice.
Do you feel like you're kind of a rarity in that sense? Or do you think that there's a lot of college kickers like you where they just went from soccer to football, put their uniform on Friday night and had a good enough leg to get noticed?
I think that's a lot how a lot of the guys are. It's just they come from a soccer background and are just like, hey, I think I can boot that ball pretty far, and I think that's how a lot of us come about, yeah. So.
How have you and Byron Floyd grown together over these first 3 games? Such an important position, long snappers.
Oh, I think you just need to be able to work off of each other really well. Just be honest with each other if snaps are off or punts are off, stuff like that. And I think we have such a good relationship off the field that it translates onto the field, and we're able to work together really well.